Okay, what's up? My name is Jack. Today I'm back with another video. Today's video is on daylight savings time and why it should be all year round. So if you're one of those people who doesn't think it should be all year round, maybe we should keep it the way we have it now, which is from March 8th to November 1st, we have the clocks turned ahead an hour like we do in the springtime. And in the fall, on November 1st, which is today, we turn the clocks an hour back and we fall back. Now, the whole premise of this video is on why we should not do that and on why that's just not a good idea at all. So let's get started. Now, so I brought some statistics here and some science to show you guys just why this should take place, why we should have the clocks ahead all year round, and I can also even make the case on why we should have it an additional hour from the springtime and keep that the whole year round. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to go through is the circadian rhythms that we all have as beings. So right here we have like a dial here. I put a smiley face in the middle of it. So there's two important parts to what's going on here. So the first part here is we have the melatonin secretion beginning at 9 p.m. Now, melatonin is a sleep chemical that we all have, and whenever we go to sleep, we just produce this chemical, and it helps us go to sleep, and it keeps producing until we wake up every single morning. And it stops at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and that is when the melatonin stops producing, so then the sleep effects that you get, they're not as intense. So something interesting about this is we can actually schedule the sunlight in accordance with our own circadian rhythms, especially with the sleep part here. Now the thing is, we're not necessarily doing that right now with the schedule that we have. So with the schedule that we have, let's take a look here. I have a lot of stuff on the board. I'm gonna try and find it. We have, okay, so the average person is going to wake up at 6:30 a.m. and the average person is going to go to bed at 11 p.m. Now, that's not bad. That's pretty much in accordance with the rhythms that we have in terms of sleep. So that's not too bad, but this is actually a thing. So if you're in high school, if you're in college or whatever, and it's kind of not really a COVID thing, it's kind of before after COVID, but if your school starts really early, you can let them know that melatonin secretion doesn't stop until 7:30 a.m. and if you can use that to get them to open the school not as early, not getting up at 5 in the morning, because if your melatonin is still going, then it's going to be hard for you to get up. So you don't really need to be up that early. So that's just a tip for you. So back to the sun though. So I've put together some really cool graphs here on the bottom. So in green, I've drawn the average sleep wake time for everybody. So 6:30 a.m. you get up, and then 11 p.m. you go to bed. And in red, I have the average sun rising time and sun falling time. So sunrise, sunset in red. So this is very important right here. The average time that the sun gets up is 6:51 in the morning, and the average time that the sun falls throughout the year is 6:56 p.m. Now, I do want to point out though that with that occurs during the sprung forward time. So if this were to be in the, after we turn the clocks back, this would go to 5:51 a.m. to 5:56 p.m. So that would be less ideal, and I'm about to show you why that is. So take a look here at the green. So I'm gonna kind of get in the way here. So take a look at the green we have starting here and here, and then look at the red that we have right here. What you can see if you take a look is the two slots of time, they don't really match up with each other. If we're really trying to get our circadian rhythms together, what we really want to do is we want to either move the green that way a little bit, which would entail people waking up earlier and going to bed earlier, more in accordance with the sun, especially going to bed earlier. That's a big one because there's a lot of time right here where it's dark outside, yet all of us society is all like still awake. That's not, I mean, that's cool, like that's good and stuff, but you don't want to like overdo that because you're going to throw off your circadian rhythms. And after I get through everything, I'm going to tell you what happens when you throw off your circadian rhythms and why that's just not beneficial. So so that's the first thing, is we want to start going to bed a little bit earlier, closer to here. Now, the other thing that we could do is we can get it so we actually move the red bar, and this is the premise of this video, is why we should keep the clocks an hour ahead so we can move this red bar to match up with the green that we're already functioning on today. So by turning the clocks an hour ahead, that we, instead of falling back, we actually move the red bar from here, and we do one of these. We just go boom. So then we got it more lined up with our actual natural rhythm, so you can see why that's so beneficial. So I've got some statistics here too, just to add on to this whole point. Where should I start? Okay, I'm gonna go right here. The problems with when your circadian rhythms are not in aligned. Now, there was a study done on a bunch of mice where they put them in like a simulation where they controlled when the lights came on and the lights went off, simulating a day-night cycle. And they observed like what happened to the mice, and they actually found some pretty interesting stuff. So in the group with the mice that had messed up circadian rhythms, they found that they had weight gain and reduced cognitive functioning, and they also had shrunken and less complex neurons in the medial prefrontal cortex. So that's just a part of the brain right there. So they found that these mice just had a lot of issues going on with them when their circadian rhythms were out of balance, and they said that affects us humans as well. We also function off the same planet, same earth, same sun that the mice do. So you can bet that's going to affect us as well. So those are just off the top of the head, reasons for why we should be doing this right here. Now I got another one. Seasonal affective disorder is actually kind of a disorder that I've experienced myself, and this is one big reason why I'm making this video, is because of this. So what this is in the winter, there's like a group of people that, if they have seasonal affective disorder, where you get like depressed and you get really down and you just don't feel as good during the winter months. And the reason for that is because there's less sunlight outside. So you're starting to see now how much the sun plays a role in our life and how we should start to live more with the sun. Okay? And this seasonal affective disorder, like, it affects 3 million people, and that's like almost 1% of the population of America, and that's just in America. So this is like a thing that affects a whole bunch of people. This could really help out everybody if we get schedule our time more in accordance with the sun. So last thing before I end this video, I'm gonna point out two more things here. Right here. Okay, take a look right here. What this says, if you can't read it, is 5 p.m. This is back to the circadian rhythms that we all have. At 5 p.m., we naturally have our greatest cardiovascular muscle strength. So our muscles are working like the best functioning at 5 p.m. on average. So to me, it doesn't make any sense that why would we schedule the sun to go down when we have our muscles working the best? Like, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. So what we can do is we can schedule this so we have the sunlight when we're like in our physical peak, so we can really be more productive and just get a lot more done and just use the energy that we have in a better way. So that is that point that I wanted to make there. Last point right here. Take a look at the bottom here at the orange bars. So these two orange bars I have right here, what this represents, in case you were wondering, is this represents the shortest day of the year where I live. So some of this depends on, yes, how far away from the equator you are, but where I live, we have 7:19 a.m. sunrise to 4:38 p.m. sunset. Now, just you don't even have to tell you what the heck's going on here. Just look at how far away we're going to bed from where the sun is going down right there. Just take a look at that for a second. It's just incredible. Okay, so as you can see, if we turn the clocks in our head, we're moving this orange bar, boom, like this, kind of closer to the red, so it like is in accordance and it's balanced and it's flowing with our natural like bodily rhythms. Alright, that's all I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out.